Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo. We're here today playing some more Titanfall 2 because why the hell not? No, there were some things I wanted to talk about, and honestly, I have been unable to do any work for the last 3 days. My PC, my CPU actually, specifically, which was a lot older than I thought it was, 4770K. That's kind of old at this point, considering I got mine right around release, I believe, as well. Finally kaputzed, finally died over the weekend. It was an unfortunate series of events that led to me purchasing a new motherboard, an 8700K, which happened to be in stock on Newegg, which was killer, and also on sale. Not really on sale, but it was just the price it was supposed to be for once, which was really nice. And then they didn't come in on the same day. The motherboard came in without the CPU. The CPU arrived today. Yesterday, I realized that I needed DDR4 RAM, and I didn't have that, and was like, oh shit, it's this whole conundrum all over again. And then today, I finally got it in my PC, all shiny, brand new 16 gigabytes of Corsair RAM, and was like, this'll do. And then I had the inevitable issue of booting it all up, which it actually booted first try, and then it was everything after that kind of was just a shitstorm of things not working appropriately, which was unfortunate. But we got it up and running. We got both my monitors working, and I was like, you know what, guys, I have been dying. Seriously, man. Like, you know, I've been personally, I've been struggling, you know, mentally, just struggling with content creation, with a lot of things. You know, I've reached a point where I've been doing a lot of the same stuff for a long period of time, and it was like I need to find that something fresh, right? So that's all the work I've been trying to do with the weekly, quote unquote. It's gonna have a new name by the time you guys see it, but you know, so I was finally back in the groove, and I was feeling good and kind of starting to feel happy. You know, my brother and I talk a lot about creation, about this stuff. You know, him as a writer, he's working on a new project, and he's really fueled, you know, really fueled to keep going at it. And I can tell when he's really in the zone on something, because you know, we won't have time to play games. It's like if we're both in the zone about something, we definitely don't have time to play games. But you know, if he's just in the zone, I'll like text him and be like, oh, you want to play something tonight? And he's like, oh, I'm kind of really happy about this, and I'm like, jelly, you know. So it took me a while to get to that point, but I was there, and then my CPU was basically dead. I could sit around and like play games, and I could, you know, work on outlines and notes, and I was brainstorming some ideas, but I was unable to actually sit down and do anything like in terms of video work on my PC. The CPU would basically, I was able to get that one video out, and that was pretty much it. Like I squeezed out that unboxing, the PC crashed like 5 or 6 times, and I was like, all right, I'm done with this. You know, the frustration was just like mounting and getting higher and higher. So I walked away, and stuff came in. The first thing I just wanted to do was sit down and just record a freaking live commentary, man. And you know, a lot of people are like, Tony, you should try playing some other games. You know, Titanfall 2, dead game, bro. Why don't you play some of this? But the reality is nobody watches the other stuff when I do it, you know. It's like, because it's still here watching Titanfall. So for every person who tells me to play a new game for live commentaries, you know, it's like nobody shows up. Titanfall still is like got the crowd hanging out, which I respect and I appreciate, especially since I'm okay with that now, having a new project to push forward, you know, on top of streaming. So it's gonna be exciting. I knew we were gonna get meleeed. Why would you try to shoot me? You got a gun, bro. Why don't you try and use it? Sheesh. So today we're using the devotion, because why the hell not? Also, I want to point out the whole sort of comedy of me having like practically $1,000 upgraded in my PC, and we're playing a game on the Xbox. But that is the downside, unfortunately, of this game not having enough players on PC. Also, Xbox One X, so all good. Anywho, I figured we'd mess around with the devotion. I've only done one other devotion commentary, and the devotion I think is one of the few weapons that I don't have genned at all. Like, it's level 16 or something like that. Like, I've just never even really done anything with it. Who are you shooting at? Who's this guy? Does this guy think he is, Mr. Lionsgate? I hope the spicy boy latches on to your pilot arse and goes boom. Probably not gonna happen, unfortunately, but we're gonna go ahead and get up here and cook a lovely grenade. Turkey dinner. It's a couple weeks late, but enjoy. I'm trying to get him. Where is he? He's obviously not where I think he is, unfortunately. Let's just go ahead and bounce our way across the map. Oh, shiza. The problem with the devotion, and actually the reason I did the first commentary I did with the devotion, was because it was at the point where it just had gotten murdered. Like, Respawn killed the devotion much like they killed the Volt. We didn't ask for the Volt to be killed, but honestly the community asked for the devotion to be killed. And it was one of the few times where Respawn like actually agreed, it seems, and went ahead and did their best to kill the devotion. And that is exactly what they did. Melee in this game, man. You know, it's been a couple sessions since I've actually ran into Melee. It's actually been a long time. Like when I started getting back into the game again, and just playing it every now and then again after it took like a 1 month break, I didn't see many people running around with Melee, and now, man, it's freaking everywhere, guys. Doesn't help when that dude's laggy's all hell. But anywho, what were we talking about? We were talking about something more relevant, more important. Oh yeah, the devotion. So devotion was in a point, I believe, about 2-3 patches ago, where it was probably in its sweetest spot. Like it didn't feel overpowered. It felt like it was just right. But the community just still hated it. They hated it with all of their mights, and Respawn continued to nerf it until it became a relatively useless weapon. You know, it works if you're a really stationary player, but the nice thing about it in the past was that you could kind of get away with it as a mobile player because it would just, I don't know, it just kind of worked. And that is unfortunately done and gone, that point in time. We hit that tree, guys. We're just gonna go melt mode. I don't know why I haven't done this to start. I want to know where that little bastard is who is hitting us with the MGL. He's our primary target, the one we must kill as we eject here. There he is. You see him? I don't know what we actually latched onto that little forklift there. That was rather convenient. This guy is bouncing around somewhere. I think I can hear him right above us. So yeah, that's why I wanted to use the devotion. Long story, really long story with lots of pauses and Tony Mo forgetfulness. Short. I just wanted to use the devotion to switch things up, have some fun. Also, still using grapple. This isn't like a map where I know too many. I haven't really. Not that I don't know. I've seen them. I've seen them in Iniquity's videos, but I haven't really begun to utilize the grapple points on this map just yet. Whereas other maps like Angel City are like no problemo for me. I'm getting there. I'm feeling good with the grapple. I don't think we're gonna pull too many cool grapples off this match, but we could probably do a nice little slingshot over the top of this, right? I think that's one of the big ones a lot of people go for. Unfortunately, I think we're a little bit too close, and we don't really have the distance to get the momentum. Fortunately for us, there's a lot of dudes out here, including this guy. Multiple guys. Hold on a second. Shh. Everybody be quiet. Oh, man, we just got fooled, guys. Oh, man, we didn't get fooled that time, though. See ya. Honestly, I didn't see their names, and I kind of thought it was another player who was AFK. That happens so often. That's actually why Hollow Pilot works from a time to time. You know, if you were playing in a competitive environment, obviously you'd be like, oh, there's no way that guy's AFK. But when you play in pubs, you're like, that guy's probably AFK. I'm going to go execute him. You know, that's totally why it works more than it should. We were laughing a little bit on stream the other day, and somebody mentioned the idea of a Titan that had a Hollow Pilot ability, and I was just like, that would be hilarious. Not sure it would work, but the funny thing about Hollow Pilot is that you don't have to be tricked for like 10 minutes, right? All you gotta do is be tricked for a millisecond, and that's a millisecond of time where you're not engaging the enemy player. That's why it works so well, you know, on a pilot perspective. So could it work for a Titan? Probably not, but it'd be funny as hell nonetheless. Oh shit, nice shot. I wasn't expecting Mr. Wintertone to be paying attention to us. We need to get Ion back down here, guys, because I'm just feeling like poking people in the face with giant lasers. And it's unfortunate that I'm not in the position to do so right now, because there's a lot of other Titans on the battlefield that need to be poked in the face with giant lasers. Specifically with my giant lasers. I should say giant laser, right? Because Ion only has one laser beam at a time. Well, no, yeah, only one laser beam at a time. It's not, this isn't Mech Assault, unfortunately, or Mech Warrior, whichever you prefer. Are they missing players? It's just a quiet game, guys. I gotta get my Titan. I should be farming some grunts, and I'm not very good at farming grunts on this map. There we go. Tighten up. I just want to go take a peek around here. Throw a grenade down at that guy who unfortunately ran away. Let's go back to Ion. What's up? How you doing, Ion? We're gonna go poke some people in the face with a laser. Starting with that guy. We totally missed him. And there's a tick about to explode on us. Melt mode. What you got, Scorchy? Not enough to take down this big bad tie. Okay, I'm gonna stop. let's clean up Mr. Winter here. Mrs. Winter, I should say. We've walked into a bit of a conundrum. I didn't realize how many Titans were here. I tend to do this in public play because you just don't expect the enemy team to have any sort of coordination, you know? And then when we do, you're like, oh shit. That's okay. Good damage on Frizzy. Oh man, I was hoping we could get that second charge rifle shot off there and get the kill. Fortunately, it was not enough. Where did that guy go though? He was totally alive. I'm checking my 6. I don't want to get executed here. Just do a little grapple swingarunio. I think we actually had a player just outside. Watch yourselves. I'm not a huge fan of Relic. You know, I tried to like it. I try to like all the maps. You guys know how positive I try to be. I try to find the beauty in everything. And I've tried to find the beauty in Crash Site. I've tried to find the beauty in Relic. And frankly, I've just had enough. I've just given up. They're 2 maps I don't enjoy at all for the most part. They have a lot of issues, I think. Technically, and more specifically in attrition, they suffer from a lot of combat flow issues, which is why like this match can go, like a match of Relic can go from being like really fun and fast and frantic on one side, but then the player base gets way too split up. There was definitely a cloak guy here, and that melee dude again, guys. Just I'm so tired of it. The player base can get really split up across both sides of the map, and then you have these really slow matches. I mean, and this is exactly what's going on right here. Like, this is about as dull and as boring as it gets. But let's go ahead and slingshot ourselves away. You gotta do the, you know, the quivering, high-pitched voice you would do like any good superhero. Every time you grapple, that should be the law from here on out, right? Every time you throw a grapple up, a good grapple slingshot, you gotta say away, right? We'll try and pull it off right here, right now. As soon as we figure out where this guy is hiding. You guys hear him? I can hear him. There he is. Wouldn't that have been something if he had walked forward and managed to actually get stuck in that? Yes, I'm stuck. All right, let's get the Titan down. None of that worked out as planned. There was going to be a grappling hook in there at some point, and we're getting killed by people with the car because inferior devotion. I'm not sure who's left playing the game these days, man, but some matches, I gotta be honest, guys, what the hell's going on? What is everybody doing? Why am I in first place with the devotion? That's the bigger question I've got to ask. This is not how it should be. It's not right. It's not supposed to end this way. That didn't work out as planned, guys. Okay, Reaper, you gotta get out of my way, bro. These matches just go on for too long, guys. My commentary is crumbling here. I do apologize. I hope you're having a great week, though. This Scorch here, who happens to be the one who always melees us, is gonna have to pay for his sins. I hope he walks backwards right on that tripwire. Thank you so much, man. You know, I appreciate when an enemy Titan is really cooperative, so I can pull one of these off. It's just when you melee me that many times without any sort of mercy, it's just raw, nasty, intentional melee. That's the kind of death you get. Could I have done damage to a more valuable target that could have led to the victory for my team? Perhaps. But does that really matter nearly as much as my personal vendettas against people who choose to melee multiple times in one match? No, it doesn't. Nothing matters more than the melee vendetta. Nothing. Don't make me remind you. Nothing. Let's go hunt ourselves something. I don't know. They've got a North Star up. Very quiet again. I can hear a couple of pilots actually engaging in the distance here, nearby. Not that far away, so not that much in the distance, actually. And one of them, I think, just cooked a grenade at me. That's a rifle, though. You guys hear the R2 going away? There he is. Shite! There he is, but Mr. Winterstone, the pilot hunter she is, over there, just going to town. I love how we lost players on a match that was so close. I don't even understand. This is the problem, guys, with the length of these matches, you know. I know people try and make it sound like quitting was always an issue, Tony, but it just is exponentially worse now. And a lot of the time it isn't even because of the scoreboard. You know, again, solo problems. He's gonna smoke us. No, he's got no smoke. All right. Now he does. I'm gonna pull off a really cool trick here, guys, in an attempt to get in my Titan without dying, and that's unfortunately not going to work out as well as I thought it was. We might still be able to pull this off. We might still be able to pull this off if all goes as planned. All has gone as planned. Make it to the Ion. Yes. Oh, that's why grapple's dope. I mean, honestly, had we not gotten down on that side, I do think we would have ended up dead, believe it or not. Believe it or not, guys, we probably would have lost it there, but we didn't. I'm gonna go help this guy with a really elaborate name that I can barely read right now in the midst of combat. Take down Mrs. Winterstone. Mrs. Winterstone, you and I have a great and significant rivalry. Ha! All right, where's Mrs. Winterstone? I think somebody killed her. Damn it, she was murdered by a Mastiff. I guess that's vengeance enough, although it wasn't exactly dealt out by me personally. Wow, look at that scoreboard, ladies and gentlemen. 5 Titan kills. When did we do that? That felt like the worst match I've ever played. I hope you guys had a great job. It was a bit rambly. It was a bit, that's what happens when Tony Mo has to do live commentaries that last 17 minutes long. Thank you so much, Respawn. I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you for more content and hopefully over on Twitch for some streams throughout the rest of the week. And as always, remember to play smart, remember to play to challenge yourself, but most importantly, remember to play for fun.